Handmaid's Tale is like any other show. They want to do as much as they can practically before they rely on visual effects, which I perfectly understand. So when we ended up doing Fenway Park in the beginning of season 2, it was all based on the production designer's ideas, and then we get a chance at it. And my process is very much research driven. So we went to Fenway Park, took a bunch of photographs of it, and then they wanted to feel like it had been decrepit. So then we look at, okay, we know that this part is metal, so there would be rust, and we know this part is wood, so let's damage the wood a bit, but it's all based on reality, so it's all based on research, and that's just my process. I'm not the kind of person who can come up with an idea just like that. I have to formulate it in my brain so that it exists in my brain, and then we can leap off from there.
What are the differences for creating creating effects for a dark show like Handmaid's Tale to doing something much more lighter, like what we do in the show?
So, as I said in the panel, in the end, there's not much of a difference. Because our main goal is to sort of stay true to the story and make it. Most of the time, it's just make it look as realistic as possible. Whether you're doing a comedy or whether you're doing a serious drama, and just the way that what we do in the shadows works is the joke only sells if you don't think it's a visual effect shot. It sells the best if everybody believes exactly what they're seeing. So I will say one of the things that's nice in what we do in the shadows is they're very open. It's a little bit more improvisational. So the way they work with the actors, they also are okay with coming up with stuff on the spot. And that happened a couple times with Taika and Jermaine, where I'm like, I think it would be better if we did this. And they're like, you can do that? Okay, yeah, sure, of course we can do it. We're like, great. So it's a little bit more improvisational, and it's different on set. The vibe is very different on set, right?
Now, what have been some of your favorite projects or effects you've done? Whether that's from Handmaid's Tale, from the Shadows, other projects.
My favorite is by far the Fenway Park and what we Fenway Park and Handmaid's Tale. It was. I love baseball, so it was really amazing to be able to go there and to recreate it. And I felt a very big responsibility both to the show and to my baseball community to accurately do it. I had a friend say exactly that. Don't F this up, Brendan.
And then, has there ever been an effect you wanted to use or that you used but got scrapped and you wanted to use for other projects? Has there ever been?
Yeah, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. I mean, you get once you start getting into it, you start becoming attached to it. And you're like, if we shot it this might really work, and it ties in with this other episode, and then you come in and you're like, I know how we're gonna do this. Like, oh yeah, we cut that a day ago. I was like, oh gosh. It happens all the time, but you can't be too precious with it. It happens, and it's always for the better of the show or the movie. So it happens all the time.
What has been like a movie or scene that you've seen had visual effects that kind of stood out to you or inspired you to get into this field?
First Man. I don't know if you saw it, but it was just. There was no. I know they didn't go to space to shoot it, right? I know they didn't, but I believe that they were there. It was just the approach was inspiring too. They went back. They did a little bit more old school and did it with miniatures, and I just thought it was so tastefully executed.
Is there a genre fantasy or you like space and stuff? Is there a genre that you like doing effects for?
I gotta say, we've done 3 seasons of Man Seeking Woman and 1 season of What We Do in the Shadows, and I find comedy to be very inspiring. It's fun just because you actually do have a platform to come up with ideas, and in a way you are being led by these comic geniuses, so they will protect you from a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, so many times I'll be like, Jermaine, you know what would be really funny? He's like, that's not funny. I was like, thank you. Yeah, it's really quite fun.
It's because it's more improvisational. It's more like you are able to just do different things.
Yes, that's basically it.
It's kind of experimental.
Yeah, because if you take some of the more serious shows, like they've been really carefully thought out in terms of their structure and what the purpose of the scene is, and a lot of the times in comedy, the purpose of the scene is a gag, or a couple of funny things that happen in the scene. Now that might be improv from the actors, that might be a funny stunt, and sometimes it's funny visual effects. So you are at the front and center. And a lot of the times, and especially in television visual effects, we're in the supporting role. Where I'm happy to be, just to help support, like Handmaid's Tale, happy to be supporting them, happy to be supporting Lizzie to be able to do her best, and all the actors to do their best, and to help show a world just beyond what they're doing. But I'm not going to delude myself. The most important part is that on Elizabeth Moss. But in something like what we do in the shadows, it's like the most important part is this gag that's all visual effects. So how are we going to do it? And then it can be very fun because you can just come up with any idea. It's your chance to be like an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you're more a part of it. In that sense, like more like hands-on almost.
And it is your time to shine. Like the spotlight comes on you, and it's like, all right, computer boy, show us the magic.
All right, thank you so much.